Welcome to Final Thoughts. All right, let's get this filled up, everyone. Where is my jug? So, everyone, welcome to the show. As usual, we're going to wait for a few people to pop in. Sometimes takes a minute, but they're going to show up. Just give them time. I'd like to thank all of my friends who've given me so much great support. I know I look like crap right now, guys. I am exhausted. It is definitely time for bed after this. It's been interesting, guys. But we're going to wait just a few more minutes, let a few more people show up, and then we're going to get ready to talk. All right, guys? Ain't going to be much longer now. Always good. Of course, we got Trolls Bane by our side. We got our horn. And we're sitting here enjoying ourselves in the RV. So come join me for final thoughts. What's up, my Jin Jin? Yep, you're the first one in here, baby. So far, the only one, actually, to be honest. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Final Thoughts. We're going to let a few more people show up, and we're going to give it about 5 minutes, guys. Till then, how's everyone's night been going? It's been a long time, guys. 2 days, in fact. So it's good to see you all back. So do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that bell icon, and hit the subscribe. And come join the nights, guys. Not much, just got through eating supper. So did I, baby. I had ham and potato soup. Really good meal, guys. All of it handmade, from scratch. Fantastic. Guys, one of these days I'm going to show y'all one of our meals, but quite frankly, they just disappear too fast before I can actually take a picture or a small video for that matter. Oodles and noodles chicken flavor. Okay, I've actually never had that. Oh, shuck. Hold on. You're going to lay on Troll's Bane. Let's put this up here. But yeah, guys, we're just sitting here with our drinking horn. We're going to give it about 5 minutes. And then I'm going to jump into explanations on proper apologies, guys. Because I owe y'all one. So we're going to get into it. Yeah, something quick. I agree with you there. Hello there, Franklin. How you doing? Welcome into the show. Whoever gave me the like, thank you so much. Guys, welcome. Everyone is welcome here. Alaskan BL Tundra. I like it. Good day, my friend. Hello, Country Girl Sweet. It's Franklin. All right, guys, we got a few people in here now, so I'm going to get started. All right. Well, first off, when you're doing a proper apology, the first thing you need to do is mean it, guys. So remember that if you're going to apologize to somebody, you need to honestly be sorry for what you did. And that is something that a lot of people have lost. They think you can just say, oh, well, my bad, I'm sorry, and move on. But guys, no, that's not true. To be fair, most people expect more than that when it comes down to an apology, guys. And it's very, very simple. It's just, don't be a douche about it. Just be honest. Tell them, hey, look, man. Oh, there's my shuckers. Tell them, hey, look, man, I messed up. I really did. And be honest with them. Shuck, get comfy, or get gone. Good point. But yeah, sometimes you got to tell them, it's all good. And if you're going to apologize, don't do it on YouTube video and use the ukulele and deny all the things you did wrong. Actually, oh, I'm sorry about that, baby. This is a ghost live? No, this is a regular live, my friend. But honestly, no. What I'm going to apologize about, guys, is I let myself get a little ahead of myself. You know, I thought I was ready to do some things that I wasn't quite ready for. I did not realize how much went into it. So, guys, it's a little complicated to open up a charity, from what I come to find out. And not only that, but it's quite complicated to open up a business as well. So, yeah, guys, I got ahead of myself. So I do apologize. That is absolutely my fault. Guys, I got excited. And so I let myself go a little too fast. But you know what, guys? We gonna fix it. You can never make a mistake too big that you can't fix. Well, there are maybe a few. But when it comes down to something like this, nah, it can be fixed, guys, easily. So when it comes down to certain situations, an apology is sometimes the easiest way to get through it. You know, I like Pepsi. Pretty much if it's a cola, I'll drink it, man. It doesn't really matter to me. Shuck, would you sit still? Ava dog. Yeah, that is my Shucker Puppers. And he's definitely a sweetheart. But anyway, what's up, Eric? How you doing? You know, hmm? Oh, I don't get you. What's going on here? Oh yeah, I ran over blah blah. Okay. Whatever you got to say there, buddy. Cookied. Yes, I remember you, Eric. I remember me telling you that I liked your name because it stems from Erik, and that is a name from my people, the Vikings. And guys, um, it's always a good idea when you go to do an apology to sit down and really reflect on what you did wrong. Not what they did wrong, what you did wrong. Because, guys, there's always two sides to every coin. It's never one sided, really, unless it's like just a senseless crime. But what I'm talking about is when you accidentally offend somebody, sit back and look at what you did. Sit back and look at what you may have could have done better, or what you promised and you couldn't fulfill. Because, guys, sometimes, and everybody's guilty of this, guys. Sometimes, hey Gojo, what's up? But sometimes you guys, even me, everyone, we bite off more than we can chew. We make a promise that we couldn't fulfill, because one reason or another, guys, it's all happened, and we've always made up for it. Most of the time, the people we accidentally break promises to are the people we love the most, or the people we care about the most. So we want to make sure that apology is good, heartfelt, and honest, guys. Because, I always say honesty is a really good policy, which it is. Yeah. Scald. But at the same time, sometimes you'll run into situations where, like, say, situation with the boss, they don't know who did what wrong. All right? They're chastising the whole team. You may have done your job completely right, but it's best to sit there and take that and give a heartfelt apology, because somewhere down along the line, maybe you could have stopped it. Who knows? Guys, I've worked in a lot of construction before, and that's happened a lot of times, and it's always interesting to see who reacts how, guys, because I've seen some people literally take and react like you just accused them of murder, but in reality, all you did was just tell them, hey, who left the generator on? I mean, that's all you're asking. Some people can't take criticism very well, and some people can't take being confronted well at all. Guys, I've known a few people like that. I've lived with some people like that. You know, me, I recognize what I do wrong, guys. That is what you need to learn. That's what everyone needs to learn to do. Recognize what you do wrong. Admit to it. Own up to it. And then find a way to change it. Find a way to make it right. You know, for men, that's what a real man does. For women, that just makes you a good woman. You keep your word. Or you do your dadgumdest to try and make it right. You know, and I'm not talking about, oh, I promised I wouldn't cheat and I cheated anyway. No, you could stop that. No, I'm talking about, you know, some like, honey, I think this is a good purchase. You make the purchase and the car turns out to be a lemon. And you're like, baby, I'm sorry. And you spent all this money on it. And now it's constantly getting repaired. You know, guys, I've seen that happen with a friend of mine. He bought a Mustang, supposed to be in good shape. And then no sooner did he pay it off than everything started falling apart. And he come to find out the guy had jerry-rigged more than half the car. And so he had spent a lot of money on a pile of junk, you know, and he had to spend weeks apologizing to his wife. What's up, Redhead? But he definitely had to spend a long time apologizing for that. As far as my favorite food there, Franklin, any kind of roasted meat. Always a good drink. But anyhow, so as we go along, you know, you have incidences, you know, when you're a kid and they start trying to teach you how to apologize and you're just like, sorry, but you don't really understand what it means, you know, guys, until you get older. When you get older, you truly start to understand what it means to give a true heartfelt apology, guys, which is not something easy to do sometimes. Sometimes you got to swallow your pride, you know, and that's really hard to do for some people. You know, I know quite a few people that can't swallow their pride. They would rather, you know, give up on a friendship or give up on a marriage or something like that because of their pride, you know, guys. And that is where pride becomes a sin, you know. But if you look at it this way, hey, there's two sides to every coin. Maybe I did do something wrong. Okay, I said this. I did this. I didn't do that. You know, you sit back, you reflect, and then you go back and you give your apology, guys. You know, they might be mad you took a day or two to do it. But if you give a true, honest, heartfelt apology and you tell them, man, I didn't know how to say it. I didn't know how to do it. You know, a lot of people understand. A lot of people understand, you know, and that's something that, you know, you can come stay with me in my smelly RV. Roger, I'm sorry, Bubba, but I got my own RV and mine's not smelly. So I'm good. You know, I take rather good care of mine, although I am doing repairs on it at the moment. But I do my best to take dangum good care of this home of mine. But anyhow, guys, oh, you found out you're dying, Eric? I'm sorry. That's a horrible thing. Bro, you canine saying any little girls creep. I have no idea what you're saying there, Cookie. Scald. But anyhow, guys, so we're definitely taking and going to be working as hard as we can to get this charity open, guys. To get all these things, like I said, that we were going to get done. But I had to make the apology, guys, and tell you guys, I am sorry I jumped in the deep end and was wearing lead shoes and did not even realize it, man. So I screwed up. I apologize for that. And I apologize to the people who felt like they had to leave the nights. Um, I wish it would have been better, but guys, you're gonna make mistakes your first time around on anything you do, and I made mistakes, and I own up to that, and that's why I had to take a couple days off. I had to reflect on what I did wrong, guys. I had to come on here and be like, yeah, I moved too fast. Yeah, I made some hasty decisions. Yeah, I forgot some things because I didn't write them down right when I was supposed to, guys. But that's why we're sitting back. That's why we're slowing down again. We're still recruiting. We're still making plenty of videos, guys. So keep hitting that like button, keep hitting that subscribe, and keep hitting that bell icon, because I ain't going to quit, guys. And hopefully the smiling swamp rat will always be able to be here for you, holding his drinking horn with Troll's Bane and enjoying a good conversation with you guys, because that's what this channel's about. Helping people and good conversation, guys. And you see, that is why I originally started this channel, was to explain what life was like, for people in my condition. When I suddenly realized that I was happy in the situation that I was in, it's just hard to make it, guys. And I decided I was going to make something better of myself. So I decided on YouTube, writing a book and trying to create a game, and then this YouTube thing exploded and became so big, guys, so quickly. We're almost at 600 people now. That's amazing. And it's all thanks to people like you. That's why, guys, you guys are so important to me, because without y'all, none of this would work. None of this would work. I'd have just been some guy sitting here forever waiting for somebody to watch his videos, feeling sad and pitiful. Because once you guys started enjoying my shows and started watching them regularly, guys, my confidence level grew. And I couldn't have been the happy-go-lucky guy I am right now without you guys helping me be that way. So I owe you guys quite a bit, so thank you. So you get an apology and an appreciation, but then again, there's always some reason to thank somebody. Let's just try to limit the reasons down to apologize to a person. Let's try to make every day a little better than what it was. Every person you run into, you try to make their day just a little bit better. Just a smidge. You'd be surprised how many people will smile at you. Today, I held the door open for an elderly woman and her husband, and they're apologizing from the bottom of their heart. I know, son, we're so slow. I'm coming. I'm like, this is a hospital, folks. You're just fine. You take your time, sir. You help your beautiful wife right here through this door. I've got it. And he looked at me and he about cried. And I looked at him and I told him, sir, it's okay. I understand. And he walked on through, and it's things like that that make people happy. It's things like that that can make somebody's day. It's the little things, like apologizing if you offend, there's so many different levels to everything that you could look at when it comes down to a situation. And so, guys, you have to learn how to be able to look at not only the cause or not only the effect, but the cause. Guys, look at the reasons behind somebody's actions, and you might understand what you did wrong. And because sometimes you might not even realize you did a dadgum thing wrong. It just kind of happened. Because that's what ended up happening with me. I didn't even realize I did something wrong, guys. And then all of a sudden I lost 2 of my nights, and it sucked. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. We'll find more leaders. Guys, that's the way it always works. you get back up on that horse and you keep trying and you keep trying. And the more you get knocked on your butt, the more you learn and the better you get. And the better you get, the more that horse breaks. And by the time it's over with, you got a kind little old Betsy walking around. And all you got to do is pat her on the side. But it took a lot of work to get her there. Always does. Nothing worth doing comes easy. If it came easy to you, it ain't worth it, guys. But if something comes to you that requires hard work, dedication, absolute 100% involvement, guys, and it has the chance of becoming something great, or it is already something great, guys, and you got a chance to be part of it, and you have the time, and you have the effort to put in, go for it. You'll be surprised how much it'll enrich your life. You'll be surprised how much you'll feel better. Yeah, you're not just making these people feel better. You're making yourself feel better. And trust me, that's the greatest feeling of all. Making yourself feel better. Because if you're having a bad day and you make some old couple's night and they smile at you and wave and give you that nice old toothless grin, that just makes you smile. You can't help it, man. You just want to walk up to them and hug them and think of them as grandpa. Old people are adorable to me. And then you've got, old men, which are so full of wisdom and so understanding and so ready to share it because they're used to having grandkids. Guys, sit down and talk with an old man one time. Have a conversation with him just once. You'll be surprised what you learn. Especially history that you didn't even know was history. What's up, Jackson? Thank you. But yeah, sorry about that, Jackson. I didn't mean to. But we got about 8 minutes, a little over 7 minutes left before we transition over to the hangout period. So I'm gonna wrap it up with this, guys. When I made those two videos, the first one with the Michael Jackson song, when I made that one, I was pretty dead-gummed down. Guys, I felt defeated. I felt broken. But I knew it was my own fault. But that's why I made the video saying I ain't going to give up. Because the next one after that was the Imagine Dragons video. And that one's gotten quite a bit of attention, guys. I think they're both over 1,000 views already, which is amazing. I didn't expect that, considering those are my first edited piece of material. That's the first time I ever tried to edit anything into a movie or into a show or into a short. It was amazing, to be able to finally figure it out. And to be able to put that picture up that Flying 90 made me so long ago at the beginning of this channel, that it was awesome to be able to put that to one of my favorite Queen songs. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know Foxy did. I know she's not here right now, but, maybe she'll show back up. Is my Jin still in here? I've seen her doing her job. She's an excellent, and I do mean an excellent moderator, guys. So please don't upset my Jin because she'll boot you out. She'll boot you out in a heartbeat. And guys, I give one warning. Then you get a 10-minute timeout. And then you get a 24-hour timeout. If you come back after the 24 hours and you start causing problems, you're blocked. I'm sorry. Them's the rules. We don't put up with disrespect around here. Sometimes you say an apology to emphasize a point. Like I'm sorry, but that I made these rules this way, but I had to, guys. Because I want our little channel here, our little group, to be a community, guys, to get along. to have fun together, not to be trolled, not to be humiliated, not to be picked on, but to be uplifted, to be enjoyed, and to be treated like a human being. Good conversation just doesn't hurt. It's always great to have some good convo, especially after a good hearty meal, and especially after a long hard day's work, because we've been at it all day, guys, all day. But we got all kinds of stuff accomplished today, so it was a very, very productive day. And guys, y'all weren't the only ones I had to apologize to tonight. I had to apologize to my roommate because honestly, I have been letting this YouTube thing kind of control what I was doing a little bit. It got a little addictive, so I had to apologize to him as well. But guys, you never know when you're going to have to reach down into the very bowels of your soul and really pull out a good heartfelt apology. So always understand this one thing. We were taught in school about cause and effect. Remember that. There is a cause to every effect, whether that effect is anger, whether that effect is disappointment, whether that effect is leaving a group. Guys, there's a cause behind it. You got to look at that cause. And in this point, the cause was my decision making. Which is fine.
Hello, Moto.
But we definitely going to get through it, guys. Hold on just one moment. Sorry, guys. I had a phone call. And they were not letting it go to voicemail. So I do apologize about that. The topic was apology. We've got and how to give a proper apology. So Ohan, I'm pretty sure you understand how to give a proper one. Excuse me, guys. Let me get a drink real quick. I'm having the hiccups. Skull. But yeah, the topic was giving a proper, sincere apology, guys. And I'm glad that everybody showed up. We got 10 likes. We got 7 people that are new in the house. Guys, if you're still watching and you're enjoying the show, please feel free to hit that like and subscribe button, guys, and hit the bell icon. I make 3 videos a day, and they come in at you at 9 o'clock in the morning, Central American time, 2 to 2:30 in the afternoon, Central American time, and 8 o'clock at night, Central American time. So go on ahead, check us out, hit that bell icon so you can always get alerted. But it's getting to that point, guys. So I'm going to go on ahead and just end this because there's not really much more that you can discuss about a proper apology at this point without getting in the point of redundancy. So let's get to the hangout section. Woohoo! All right. So how's everybody doing tonight? It doesn't matter if they don't accept your apology, baby. My Jin. It doesn't matter if they never accept your apology. You need to just realize that you gave it. You gave it your all. You gave them the best you could. You apologized. You did it right. If they don't accept it, that's their own fault. That's their own, anger holding them back, their own wrath, guys, because wrath is actually, where did I put my drinking horn? There it is. Wrath is actually a big problem for my dad, guys. He kind of holds on to a grudge. I love him to death. I really do. He is my father, but he's an angry man. Another nice good glass of water. What's up, Cookied? Oh, it's been raining there. Oh, that sucks. An hour behind all that on the East Coast, LOL. Oh, and an hour behind all that on the East Coast. I got you. So yeah, an hour behind. And yeah, that's when we have our shows, guys. Sorry, I got a twist of the tongue there and I lost my train of thought. It's been a minute. I'm out of practice already. Whew. It's good to see you're still here. Cool kid. Oh, I thought it was cookie. Cool kid. Sorry. When it comes down to reading a name, man, I really do apologize on that one. My eyes suck. And I'm glad to see you're still here there, Eric. IT okay. It okay? Okay, I got you. Sometimes, guys, I got to think about some of these terms that you guys use, and it's only because I'm not used to the internet like you guys. I'm very old school, like very old school. I still use hand tools. I think they're more reliable than something that can burn out on me as soon as I plug it in, or whose battery can catch on fire and freaking explode. Uh-oh. Roger Blue was timed out. Hello, Sandra. How you doing? Mifu. Yes, Mifumas. Good afternoon to you, or in our case, evening. So welcome to the living room. We're just sitting here enjoying ourselves with our drinking horn. We got Troll's Bane in our lap, and we're just having a good old time. We talked about how to give a proper apology, and what all that entails, guys, which so many people go their entire lives nowadays and they don't even know how to give one. Roger Blue and one who said they're little girls in here. Roger Blue, the one who said there are little girls in here. Oh, okay. I didn't know there was little girls in here or not. I don't ask for ages. I don't ask who you guys are on purpose. It stays anonymous. The only one I know for a fact who they are a very few people. Guys, my Jen, Flying 90, Davey, and Foxy. I know them, and Sean. We definitely know each other. But guys, we've swapped emails and addresses, so we know each other are adults. But when it comes down to what Roger Blue was saying, man, I leave it anonymous on purpose. I don't want to know. It just makes it a lot easier, and I get shadow of a doubt, because if anything happens and anybody wants to sit there and blame anything on this channel, I didn't know. I didn't ask. That's the point. Don't ask, don't tell. Yeah, I know yours. Eric. Hey, everybody. Hey, chat. Hey, Jen. What's up, me Fuma? Or me fool? I cannot talk tonight. Here I am, a YouTuber, expecting to make money as a talker, but I am having issues with the tissues. Hello there, Rimshot. How you doing tonight? Been under the weather the past few days? Yeah, me too. I understood that, Sandra. Glad seeing you sup some good water. Oh yeah, man. I drank like a gallon of it last night, and I'm almost a half a gallon today. They're live Tuesday night. Oh, okay. So I definitely take and like to get me some hydration in, but that's why I set the horn down, guys, because honestly, you can have too much hydration. Word record. There you go. Dolphin loves Gator. Thank you, my love. For everybody who doesn't know, Jen is my girlfriend. And y'all will see me say mushy things to her. Y'all will see her do little messages back and forth. But guys, we love each other, and we don't hide it. There's no reason to. It almost always helps with epilepsy unless you overhydrate, which is always bad. Oh yeah, that's why I be careful. You know, oh, okay, cool kid. But yeah, that's why I be careful, man. About a liter and a half of water is what I drink through during the day, and then at night I'll drink about a liter. And the reason being is because that way, like you said, it helps keep me hydrated. Because as an epileptic, sometimes I have seizures in my sleep, and when you do that and you're under a blanket, boy, do you sweat. And when I say you sweat, you wake up and you're literally like mummy. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. We got me some, believe it or not, and it sounds retarded, but we got me some Pedialyte, we got me some Gatorade, we got me a multivitamin package today, and my doctor is prescribing some neurological inhibitors, basically Neurontin, to try to help with my seizures even further. So that's going to be a good thing. We might be able to get, the seizures completely under control and them not be an issue anymore. When you have panic attacks, one of the symptoms is sweating. Definitely. I jumped off a 2-foot building. Okay. I've never seen a 2-foot building before. But yeah, Clint, where did you get the shirt and cup? All right. The horn was made for me, guys. This was made for me by my grandpa. He got it off of my bull ribeye when we went to butcher him. So this is from my own bull that I raised, and my grandpa made it. So this has got a lot of sentimental value. The shirt, however, I picked up from, believe it or not, a Halloween store. I spent quite a bit of money on this shirt. It's actually 2 separate pieces, as you can see, and I spent quite a bit of money on this. This was almost a $200 costume for Halloween. But if I'm going to spend that much money on it, I'm going to wear it more often, guys, because it's honestly pretty period accurate for certain eras that I like to mess around in. It's technically considered a swashbuckler shirt, but a lot of sailors and swashbucklers back in the day were Dutch or were Icelandic, or Norwegian, so still fits with my people. But I enjoy these kinds of clothing. I enjoy dressing in period style clothing and period style wears because they breathe. They're nice, and they just fit my whole persona. Cool kid, please don't say that here, mate. All right, I don't know what he said. I'm glad I didn't say it. When I have seizures, oh yeah, uh, that can actually happen. Balaban, Balaban, that can actually happen. I know you're trying to be silly, but no, man, that really does happen when you have grand mal seizures, man. You lose all bowel and bladder control. You'll throw up all over yourself too. It's just gonna happen. That's what happens when you have grand mal, especially if it's a bad one. But luckily, I haven't had a grand mal in a while. I've had quite a few petite malls, which aren't so bad. But you can still sit there and accidentally pee yourself having a petite mal seizure. So yeah, nothing to joke around about. It's a true problem for anybody who has epilepsy. But anyway, guys, we're approaching the 20-minute mark, which, guys, I hate to say it, but I'm glad that we're going to be getting done here soon. It's not that I want to leave you guys. It's not that I haven't enjoyed our time together, or I'm not going to enjoy what time we have left together. It is simply just that I have been awake since 6 o'clock yesterday. I have not gone to bed since 6 a.m. yesterday morning. So, yeah, I'm tired. I am definitely ready for some sleep, but I thank you, Mifu, for asking about the drinking horn in the shirt. Questions like that are always welcome for sure. My other tunic, my green one, is actually handmade from Norway, which I spent a decent amount of money on. But I'm gonna start taking from now on, guys, and I'm gonna try to take and every so often, about every third or fourth paycheck, so about every 3 or 4 months, I'm gonna buy me a new tunic, guys. And we're going to get to wear them here on the show. So from now on, at Final Thoughts, we're going to be having a different tunic for every night, guys. So we will be doing more period clothing style outfits and everything, more traditional Viking garbs, and we're going to get some more traditional Viking stuff. I know you guys love my hats, so that's the one thing that's staying that isn't traditional. But we're going to get some better clothing. We're going to get some better gear. Of course, even Trolls Bane here, our trusty axe that keeps the trolls away. This guy right here is a Viking bearded axe. And I love it. It's my favorite training tool. I'm quite proficient with this one as far as actual combat goes. So. And guys, real sword play, real actual combat is not what you see in the movies, guys. It's very straightforward. It's very, I'm gonna swing here, but I that guy's got to move his foot there. I'm gonna try to hook this guy's shield. It's all about luck and a little bit of technique and skill. But it's honestly about luck, because if you're up against somebody that's as well trained as you are, it's anybody's game. So training with an axe or a sword and doing it right doesn't look flashy. It's not spins and twirls and everything like that. It's a lot more grip, footing, hand placement, strike, edge alignment, all those kinds of things. And that is why I enjoy true swordsmanship. And I really love training with my axe whenever I can, which it's been way too wet the past 2 days. We got a good 6 inches of rain, so there's about that much water in my entire yard. I have to walk in rubber boots just to get through my yard, guys. It sucks. But the only thing worse than the water, pardon me, I still have smoker's cough, guys. But the only thing worse than the water is the massive amount of crawfish mounds that you don't see coming. All right, guys, that is getting close to our 45-minute mark. We're at 43 minutes and 8 seconds. So we are getting close to the last 18 minutes of the show, guys. I hate to say it, or last 7 minutes, 8 minutes, whatever, 18 minutes, 17 minutes, but we're getting towards the end of the show, guys. We're in the home stretch, and I have completely enjoyed all of y'all's company. Of course, I think maybe my chat may have froze because I'm not seeing anybody talk. Jen, could you try to text me or something like that and let me know if the chat froze up on me? But because if the chat froze up, I'm just going to end it at 45 minutes, guys. But it's been great to be back. I had to take those couple days to sit back, look on what was going on, look at what was happening, and honestly think about what was going wrong and what was going right. Hang on just a second, guys. We got a message. I think on your end, not my end. Yeah. All right, guys. It looks like my side of the chat froze. So I'm going to go on ahead and wrap this up real quick. All right? Because I can't see anything any of y'all guys are saying. All I know is thank y'all so much for the 11 likes. You guys are amazing. Please keep coming back. Hit the bell icon, hit the subscribe button, and hit the thumbs up. You know, let's try to grow the nights even further, guys. Let's try to make this whole dream of mine of being able to create an organization that can help everybody a reality. Can't do it without y'all. Y'all are the backbone. So you guys, let's help the world. All right. So we're going to end it here at 45 minutes since I can't see what anybody's saying. But I'll talk to you guys later. Remember, see you from a swamp, later from a gator. Love your mama. Love your papa. Love yourself. Be kind. And always find a way to help, guys. Now, tomorrow night, I might just explain my little motto. All right? So we'll see you next time. And cheers.